grown-ups, welcome to Mrs. Alexander's The Superstar Baker! So, for the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing some cooking. And if you like what you see, you can give it a go. It's always nice to try new things. So we're going to be doing some baking, okay? Can we all just take a minute to appreciate my apron, which I've ordered especially for our cooking show, Mrs. Alexander, the Superstar Baker. Like it? Brilliant. Right, okay, now these recipes are Mrs. Alexander's recipes, okay? So sometimes your grown-ups or you might say, oh, they do it a little bit differently to us. You might use some different ingredients, different recipes, okay, but that's all good. And I thought perhaps you could share them. So if you add anything to the things that I'm cooking, like different things, you can always add them onto your Google Classrooms, onto the comment. So you can let us know and we can all share, because it's always good to share, and then we can all learn some new ideas. Okay? Sound good? Right. I'd just like to introduce you to my team, my Superstar Baking team. Obviously, Mrs. Alexander, the Superstar Baker, top chef. This is sous chef Emmy.
Hello.
Does anybody know what sous chef is? So sous chef is like your second in charge. So I'm the boss, and sous chef Emmy is second in charge. Okay. This is cameraman Ethan.
Hello.
Oh, also Ryan and 1F. This is Ethan, who loves Pokemon. And Ethan is very thrilled to be filming all of these videos for me. Brilliant. Okay, right, on to some baking. So today we are going to make a banana loaf. Okay, now Miss Alexander is going to make her banana loaf in a loaf tin, okay? But if you don't have a loaf tin, you can always make some banana muffins, and you can put some paper cases into your muffin tray, and then you can make banana muffins. You probably only need half the cooking time, because obviously these are a lot smaller and this is quite big, so this is going to take longer to cook than these, but it's up to you, that's your choice. So I'll just put that over there because I am going to use this. Okay, so first things first, obviously we need to wash our hands, okay? It's very important at this time as well to wash your hands really thoroughly. Now I've washed my hands. Sous Chef Emmy, have you washed your hands?
Yes.
Brilliant, okay. Right, first things first, we need to heat our oven to get it to the right temperature for baking our banana loaf. Okay, so there's my oven. Functions. And we're going to heat it to 180 degrees on a fan oven, that's gas mark 4. Okay? Right, next we need to line our tin, because if we don't line it, your cake will get stuck and it could be a disaster. Right, now, since some of the shops haven't been selling some of the things that Mrs. Alexander needed, I haven't been able to get any grease-proof paper. So today, we're going to use cling film. Now, your grown-ups might be thinking, that is going to melt everywhere in the oven. But, do you know what? It doesn't. Cling film. Who knew? But, saying that, if anybody does know where to get any grease-proof paper from, can you please let Mrs. Alexander know for future? Okay, but it does work, I promise you. It's not going to melt in your oven, I promise. No, I do. I'm sure. Right, okay, so we line our baking tin like that. And then we'll put that to one side. Right, now we need to get our mixing bowl. Now, Mrs. Alexander has already weighed out everything, so I thought that would be really boring for you to watch me weigh everything out. So everything is ready for our ingredients. Okay, our banana loaf, we need 140 grams of butter. We need 140 grams of caster sugar. We need 140 grams of self-raising flour. we need 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2 eggs, and 2 mashed up bananas. Right, okay, so your butter and caster sugar gets mixed in first. Okay, so I'll just put that spoon to one side. So while I am mixing this, sous chef Imi is going to crack 1 egg at a time and put it into the mixture. We're cracking them into the jug first in case we get any shells, because we don't want any shells in our cooking. That's not good. Right, so I'm going to start mixing. Pop it in. Fabulous. Now, I didn't know why you needed to add 1 egg at a time, so I looked it up, and apparently if you add 1 egg at a time, it makes everything, it makes the mixture cook more evenly. There you go, little top tip there. Right. So that's the eggs mixed together with the butter and sugar. Next, we're going to add the flour. Okay, so chuck the flour in. Put that to one side. Give it a mix. Right, that's all going in. Next thing is the baking powder. This helps to make our cake rise. Okay, so we'll chuck that in there. Give it a mix. Brilliant. Right, last ingredient. Oh, thank you, sous chef. We add the bananas. Now, I know that it doesn't look great, but the riper the bananas are, the better your banana loaf will be. Okay, you don't want to use like green ones, you want to use the ones that are really ripe because they're sweeter and they'll taste nicer in your loaf. Okay, so mix it up. Mixed together. If you don't have a hand mixer like this, it's not a problem. Just use your muscles, wooden spoon, and give it a really big stir, okay? Really big. It's really good exercise. But Mrs. Alexander had a mixer, so we use that. Okay, so next we need to put our mixture into our tin. Okay, sous chef Imi, do you want to scrape it into there? The edge. And we put that away. Right, okay. So that is now ready to put in the oven. Okay, now obviously you need your grown-ups for this bit because it's very, very hot. Okay, so our oven's at the right temperature, so we'll put it in here. Sous chef, thank you. And then we'll pop our banana loaf in there. And that needs to bake for 30 minutes. And also, another thing, it's very, very important to ask a grown-up to help you because Miss Alexander got an injury the other day. Look, from the oven. I didn't ask a grown up. I didn't have a grown up here, so I done it myself, and I end up burning my arm. So you have to be super careful, all right? Everyone has to stay super safe. Okay, so the banana loaf should take about half an hour. In half an hour, we'll take it out and we'll put a skewer, I'll show you that in half an hour, into the middle of the cake. If it comes out really clean, it means it's cooked. If it's still a little bit runny and still got the cake mixture on, it's not quite ready. So we'll put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes, okay? But while the cake's cooking, we will see you in half an hour.
A few minutes later.
Right, guys, 30 minutes is up. So we're gonna take our banana loaf out of the oven and see if it's cooked. Do you like Miss Alexander's oven gloves? They're Christmas. Okay, so we'll take it out. We'll put it on our cooling rack. I'll just shut the oven. Now I'll just get my skewer here. This is my skewer. Okay, we're going to use it. We're going to put it in the middle of the cake and see if the cake has cooked. Comes out clean. See? It's all cooked. Brilliant. Okay, so look, so the cling film is okay. It really works. So we're going to leave the cake, we're going to leave the banana loaf in the cake tin for 10 minutes to cool down. Okay, and then we'll take it out and then we'll leave it on the cooling rack to cool down some more, and then perhaps we can all try a bit, see what it's like. So we will see you in another 10 minutes.
A few moments later.
Right, 10 minutes is gone. So we're going to take the banana loaf out of the tin and let it cool down properly on the cooling rack. Okay, so we can get it out like this. Actually, if I tip it like that, you can see it there, can't you? And then you can just pull it out. Hopefully it should come out. Hey! And then we'll put that in there. And then we'll just take the cling film off. Oh no, whoops. It's fine. There we go. And there is our banana loaf. So if you want to try having a go at your banana loaf, feel free. We'd like to see some photos, so stick them on Google Classrooms. When it's cooled down properly, we're going to cut it and we'll have a look to see what it's like inside. Okay, so we'll see you all in a few minutes.
More moments later.
So our cake is cooled and now we're going to cut it. Okay, so we're going to try it. Ooh, does that look alright? Looks pretty good to me. So we're going to cut it. There we go. Good. We're going to try a little bit. Sous Chef Imi? I'll leave a bit on there for cameraman Ethan.
Amazing.
It's pretty good. So give it a try. You might like it if you haven't tried it before. Do you know what? Mr. Alexander loves banana loaf. Sometimes when he goes to the shops, he buys bananas especially for me to make a banana loaf. So if you haven't tried it, give it a go. So we hope you've enjoyed our first cooking show, Miss Alexander's Superstar Baker cooking show. We will see you next week for another exciting bake. Thanks team. See you next week.